Allie, no, you're not getting a chip. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SPBS Fields on May 14th as the Valmeyer not Lakers, Valmeyer Pirates come to SPBS Fields to take on the Gibault Hawks. Sorry, we had a bit of technical difficulties, so I'm not going to be able to read out the lineups. But leading off for the Pirates is Elijah Miller, the shortstop. Pitching for the Hawks today is number 2, Ryan Bollinger. First pitch is a ball high. I'm joined today by, as usual, Eric Schrader and our cameraman Mitchell Nolan. Eric, how you doing today?
Good, AJ. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and between these two teams, it should be a good game today.
Especially they got. I mean, Ryan's not the ace, but he has a history of going deep in all the games he's thrown this year. And Valmeyer's ace, Jacob Roll, this morning, I believe he's coming into this game with like a 2.2 ERA. Oh my! Ball in play. Daniel Darren gets under and makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the pitcher. And the hitting in the 2-hole is Jacob Rowald.
Number 32, Jacob Rowald.
You know, AJ, ever since he got to Valmeyer, Rowald's been a big part of their team, and just a couple months ago, he committed to Swick to play baseball.
Yeah, and I feel like I've watched Valmeyer play at least a game a year, and I feel like Rowald's been there for forever.
Definitely.
And what we've seen in the past starts of Ryan Bollinger is he always struggles with the first inning or two, and then he'll just cruise the rest of the game. As Rowald fouls one back.
AJ, just from these first two batters, I've noticed that Ryan really likes to change his arm angle with certain pitches.
Yep. I think he just, like I mentioned in the previous games, no matter if he's pitching, fielding, on the base path, or hitting, he loves to play with other team's mind, and he loves to play the mind games.
Yeah, you're right. You say that. I asked him about it last game, and he's like, yeah, no matter what it is, if I'm playing defense, I want to mess with the runners.
Yep.
And I'd say so far he's done a pretty good job of messing with these hitters, and all season too, as he's gone deep.
I agree. Rowald looks at a ball away. Ball inside. And Rowald strikes out looking. That'll be the second out here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up the 3-hitter, Henry Weber. The Hawks infield tonight consists of Cameron Hanvey in the dish. At first, you got Jude Green. At second base, you got Ian Bollinger. At shortstop, you got Hudson Blank. And at third base, you have Eli Garcia. As
AJ, I'm
Weber
not really sure what just
pitch.
happened there. The ump said that that ball hit him.
Nope, it's cleanup hitter number 14, Clay Jolfs. You don't see many cleanup hitters with this sort of small build. Hanvey attempts a back pick and nothing going for the Hawks. 1-1 count here to Jolfs. The pitcher comes set. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled back. Another one fell back. One-two count to Jolfs. 2 outs for the Pirates.
Big pitch here for Bollinger and get them out of the inning. Go hit.
Especially having to deal with some adversity. Runner goes.
There it
Called
is.
strike 3. Now the Hawks are coming to hit.
That was a very solid first inning by Bollinger. He's mixing up pitches, keeping the batters off balance.
And he had to deal with a bit of adversity when the umpire made a questionable call, which gave a runner a base. And you know, if you make a call, Bo's not. If you make a bad call, Bo will let you hear it.
Definitely. Bo's notorious for that, whether it be baseball, basketball, or even golf. 3-sport athlete.
The lineup for your Gibault Hawks today is pretty normal. Leading off for the Hawks, playing catcher is number 4, Cameron Hanvey. Hitting second for the Hawks is number 21, the shortstop, Hudson Blank. Hitting third, number 5, the center fielder, Daniel Darren. Hitting cleanup, number 7, the third baseman, Eli Garcia. Hitting fifth, number 23, the right fielder, Braden Sabo. Hitting sixth, number 12, the second baseman, Ian Bollinger. Hitting seventh, number 8, DHing for the pitcher, Nick Chambers. Batting eighth is number 28, the first baseman, Jude Green. Batting last, number 3, the left fielder, Chase Schrader. As I mentioned earlier, Ryan Bollinger is on the mound for the Hawks today. And on the mound, kicking some dirt around right now, for the Pirates is number 32, Jacob Roald, who is their ace. 2-0 count. Ball fouled back to make it a 2-1 count. Two-one pitch looked at for a strike. Pitch is seen for a ball to make it a full count here to the first batter. The 3-2 pitch is hit up the middle for a line drive base hit. That'll bring up number 21, Hudson Blank, with no outs and a runner on early for the Hawks.
AJ, knowing Valmeyer, they definitely got to be keeping their eyes on Cameron on the base passes. He's notorious for stealing bases.
And with a game like Gibault, both sides tend to treat this matchup pretty seriously. So they definitely were looking at the stats. They definitely see that Cameron Hanvey has stolen an insane amount of bases this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take it on the first pitch.
I'd definitely like to see Cameron try testing this catcher because just in warm-ups, he had a long throw. Oh, and there's a bunt here by Hudson.
Runner goes, as predicted. And he is upstanding as the first pitch was taken for a ball. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back with a bit of a long swing, shorten it up and then drive one. See better results in that long swing. We might have a celebrity appearance from former Gibault catcher Josh Badmer today to break down and analyze Valmeyer's catcher's techniques and mechanics.
I mean, who better than when he played top catcher in 618?
He's the GOAT.
Some even considered him one of the top catchers in his class in the nation.
I heard they called him the Johnny Bench of high school baseball.
And I heard a rumor that he's not retiring. He's playing in a league this summer, looking to lead a team to a championship possibly. You know, he's always been good with working with staff. Even as a freshman, he was on varsity as a freshman, and Gibault's two best pitchers were both seniors.
Ball in play to the pitcher, can't decide what to do with it. Cameron Hanvey is safe at second, and Hudson makes it to first safely. That'll bring up the Hawks star player, number 5, Daniel Darren. No outs here for the Hawks early in the bottom of the first. Runners on first and second. And number 5, Daniel Darren, is up to bat.
Just passed off the couple games that we've seen here. If I'm Coach Care, I'm telling Daniel, don't try to hit it out of the park. Just get a base hit. Cameron's easily going to score on any balls to the outfield.
Bunting.
Oh, AJ?
And he goes for the bump, but can't make contact as a call or a strike swinging.
AJ, I'm thinking you should coach. You called that.
They don't call me Mr. Mac for nothing. Second pitch, ball high mid away. Time called at second as Cameron Hanvey needs to tie his shoe. Cue the Jeopardy music. Actually, I just got word from our tech team that we can't cue that because it is copyrighted and we don't have the claim for it. Roll comes set on the 1-1 count and goes. Strike swinging. Daniel Darren looks like he wanted that one as he jumps out of his shoes.
That was
We'll have
very.
to wait for Daniel to put his shoes back on.
That was a
before we
very
take up the next
animated
pitch.
follow through. Like I said, Daniel, it seems to be he's just trying to kill something.
He'll get his chance.
He really just needs to put a ball in play here.
Any foul tips out. That'll be the first out of the bottom of the first here for the Hawks as they have a runner on first and second. That'll bring up cleanup hitter Quincy Commit, Eli Garcia.
You know, Rowald's certainly no joke here. Rowald's definitely a good pitcher. He's got movement on all of his pitches. It's going to be tough for these Hawks hitters who this week have played. They've played Chester and then Cahokia, who they both beat pretty handily.
Yep. Both runners go and both runners are safe as that advances runners to third and second for the Hawks here in the bottom of the first. Pirates and Hawks are tied at 0. Eli Garcia up to bat. Roll comes set and the pitches. Ball in play, fair ball to the first baseman. It's going to score 2. Eli Garcia tries going to second. And he's down for a double. That scores 2 and makes the score 2-0 as the Hawks take a 2-0 lead on the Pirates here in the bottom of the first.
Coach Berghager definitely loves that opposite field hitting, even though it was a big chopper. But hey, get the job done.
Apo Taco.
Maybe we'll see one. The wind's blowing out a little bit.
That'll bring up number 23, Braden Sabo, as he fouls off the first pitch. Sabo looks at a ball with a 1-1 count. Garcia steals third, safe.
Eli had a very good jump there. As Eli's not the fastest person, but hey, with a good jump, you can steal any base.
That'll bring up Ian Bullinger. That pitch is a called strike. Ball in play, base hit to right center. That'll score another as the Hawks take a 3-0 lead on the Pirates here in the bottom of the first with 1 out.
Love to see this from the Hawks in the first inning, taking some good pieces of hitting, getting an early lead on Valmeyer.
That'll bring up number 8, DH Nick Chambers. Runner goes. Strike swinging. Runner save at second as the Hawks pick up their like 4th or 5th stolen base of the inning. Called strike. Looks like worm food, but umpire thought it was a strike. Roll comes set and goes. As Chambers strikes out swinging, drop third strike. He'll make the attempt to run to first, but nothing going for him. As the Lakers will get the third out of the bottom of the first, or the Pirates. As we go into the top of the second, the Pirates lead the Hawks lead the Pirates 3-0. Ball low. Ball in play. Eli Garcia makes a diving catch, but the runner will beat it out. Good effort by Eli Garcia. That'll bring up number 21, Jordan McSchooler. And Brown gets picked off at first base for the first out of the inning. Strike swinging. And Bollinger strikes out the second batter of the inning. 2 outs now for the Pirates in the top of the second as they trail the Hawks 3-0.
Oh, and a drag bunt down the third base line. He might beat this one out as it's a do-or-die play for Eli, but he doesn't make it, and someone needs to be covering second base.
He would beat that out, but I'm not sure if you can call that an error, as I think he would have beaten it out anyway.
Yeah, he was definitely safe, I think.
I think the pitcher's got to take that ball. Oh, now it was Evan Brown. He's twin brothers with the guy who got picked off at first base earlier this inning. First pitch is foul back. Second pitch is a passed ball as the runner will advance to second safely. Pirates have a runner on second and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Dead ball will advance a runner to will let the runner get to first. Now runners on second and first for the Pirates.
Bo's really got to calm down here and get this third out before it gets any worse for him.
But in Bo's previous start, he struggles with the first 2 innings and cruises the rest of the game. So maybe we'll see that again.
Possibly.
Ball and play to the third baseman. Eli Garcia fields it cleanly and will make the play for the third out of the inning. The Hawks will come in and try to increase their 3-0 lead. Leading off for the Hawks in the bottom of the second is number 28, Jude Green. First pitch is roped to right center. It'll one-hop the fence.
And unfortunately, Jude's going for
He's
third
going for
as his
three.
helmet is about to fly off his head, and he'll get in there
Jude gets
sliding
the
into head
triple.
first. You know, 2 years ago, I was gonna say two years ago, Jude might only get a single out of that. Jude's really put in a lot of work, lost a lot of weight.
We'll bring up Chase Strader. First pitch will be a strike, looking to make it the 0-1 count. No outs, runner on third for the Hawks here in the bottom of the second. Schrader strikes out in 3 pitches, gives them
That
the
was a
first
pretty.
out of the inning. That'll bring up leadoff hitter Cameron Hanvey. Third baseman starting to come in a bit, but I would still lay one down here. I'd lay one out and maybe run to second.
He'd definitely be able to beat it out. And honestly, even though the third baseman is playing a little bit in, I think if he pushes down that third base line, I put money on it that that third baseman probably isn't athletic enough to beat it to get the throw.
Suicide squeeze. Oh, he'll drive. Instead, he'll drive a
That
base
was
hit to left center. Jude Green will score. Henry will round first and stay there.
It was nice to see Cameron hit a hanging curveball like that. Take it the other way. That was a great piece of hitting by Hanvey.
Hawks take a 4-0 lead here on the Pirates in the bottom of the second. We might be looking at a 5-inning game today.
We're on pace for it.
On pace for it, that's for sure.
I'll put money on it that he steals here. Oh, pick off.
Roll tries to pick off Hanvey. You know, I'm sorry, but if I could talk to Rolls right now, I'd tell him you should not try to pick him off. He's going to steal second. Just let him steal second. He probably won't get to third unless he gets a hit. You're not going to get him on the pickoff. Just throw the pitch. Focus on the batter. Let your catcher try to do the work. He's going to steal. There's nothing you can do to prevent that.
True.
Stunner, runner goes. Ball foul back. 10. Eric, I will put $10 on it that he attempts to pick off here.
Well, I don't have $10 on it, so in
100.
my wallet, I don't have $10 in my wallet,
I
so
don't have $10 to my name, Eric.
I couldn't take that bet.
Folks, my Venmo is in the link below. If you want to make any generous donations. Oh wow, it would have paid off for you. It wouldn't have paid off for me. But I see, I would have ran there. I'd be running on every pitch if I'm Cameron because, well, I mean, obviously not if he picks you off, but he's going to try to pick you off. And then the one pitch he doesn't, you know the catcher doesn't have a good enough pop time.
Right, but even with that, Rowald's definitely a smart enough pitcher where he's gonna keep his eye on Hanvey no matter what. He's gonna mix up his timing with each pitch. It's definitely still gonna be a challenge to steal a base here.
He's smart, but I don't think his talent outweighs Cameron's running talent. Cameron steals second, is up safely. Shocker. If I had a dime for every time I said that this year, I'd have like $1.50.
And in some ways, well, not some ways, that one was easily stolen off the catcher, but a lot of times runners steal their bases off the pitcher because they're not paying attention to them.
Especially in the high school level.
Right. Catchers are usually going to have a decent arm, but
Hudson Blank drives
it looks as though this kid does not.
And will make the play at first as Cameron Hanvey advances to third, but the Hawks pick up their second out at the bottom of the second with a 4-0 lead on the Valmeyer Pirates. That'll bring up number 5, Daniel Darren.
Daniel fouls off the first pitch to make it 0-1 here.
Base hit to right center will score Cameron Hanvey easily. Daniel will stay at first. That'll increase the score to 5-0 here in the bottom of the second.
As now the Hawks will continue their momentum through this game with another hit.
You know, I also think they could continue momentum if they just keep stealing every base. Test the defense.
I mean, you could definitely steal every base, but probably not stealing
defenses
home.
are not ready for things to get weird. Let's get weird, Gibault.
Make that a hashtag, AJ.
That'll bring up Eli Garcia, who hits the first pitch and play to the pitcher, a little PFP. He'll get it to the first baseman easily for the third out of the inning. That'll bring us to the top of the third, and Gibault Hawks are leading the Valmeyer Pirates 5-0. Up now is Miller. First pitch is a base hit to left field. Now was number 32, Jacob Roald. If I'm Bo, nothing hurts there. You set up a double pitch or double play ball early in the third. You throw one pitch here, you get 2 outs. Efficiency is key. First pitch is a ball inside. Second pitch foul, or second pitch is a ball away. Third pitch ball and play, double play ball. 4, 6. Nothing going to 3. Hawks will just get 1 as the runner gets to first on a fielder's choice.
Solid play there from Ian, preventing it from getting in the outfield and keeping the runner from possibly advancing to third base.
Another dead ball. That'll advance runners to second and first.
You know, it makes you wonder if Bo and this batter might have some beef, maybe from basketball.
Yeah, maybe Bo's just got a grudge. If that's the case, you just got to kick him out. Let IHSA deal with him. First pitch is fouled back to make it 0-1 count with 2 runners on, as the Pirates trail the Hawks 5-0 here in the top of the third. Ball low and away. Third pitch, a ball in play. It'll be a base hit to right field. Runner goes for home.
We'll have a play at the plate here.
And he is out. And he is called safe, but the runner is out trying to advance to third. That'll be the Hawks' second out of the inning as the runner scores to make it 5-1.
It was a good heads-up play from Cameron. Yeah, I think we need to go to New York to get the call there at home. Late? Hey.
Runner is second, 2 outs for the Pirates as they are trail 5-1 now. First pitch to E. Brown is a strike. And a courtesy runner finally comes in from the runner. Ball in play, runner beats it out. He saved it first. Foul back. Ball in play, line drive, diving catch by Daniel Darren for the third out of the inning.
There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop and is fielded cleanly, and that'll make the throw and beat Brayton Sabo. That'll make it 1 out in the inning here with Ian Bollinger coming up to plate. Last at bat, Ian had an RBI single into right field and later had a stolen base. And the first pitch to Ian is a strike. And the second pitch is another strike by Ian looking. And the third pitch is strike 3 called. That'll make it 2 outs in the inning. The pitch into Chambers is a ball low in the dirt. And the pitch is popped up to the shortstop and is caught. And that'll take us to the top of the 5th already? Excuse me, that'll take us to the top of the 4th inning. Hawks leading the Pirates 5-1. The first pitch from Bollinger of the inning is called strike. As Bo will strike out the first bat of the inning. I'm just the first pitch is a ball back to the backstop. The next pitch is a curveball in there for a strike. As that pitch is lined into center, but Daniel will catch it for the second out of the inning. That pitch will get out of the stadium for a foul ball. And the next pitch almost hits him, but the batter gets down. That'll make it 1-1. That one is another foul ball. Brings it to 1-2. That pitch is ground ball to Eli at third. So he'll field it and make the throw, and that'll beat the runner. And now we'll go into the bottom of the fourth, 5-1 Hawks. As that ball is roped into right field, another hard hit for Jude. Jude is really seeing the ball well this game. And the first pitch to Schrader is fouled off for strike one. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to see a stolen base here from Jude. That ball's a hard hit ball. As the second baseman is going to go to second base to get the lead runner, Jude. And Chase, there will be no throw to first base. There's a pass ball from the catcher, and that'll advance Schrader to second base. Rowald looking really frustrated on the mound here as he's getting knocked around, but he's also not getting help from his catcher here today. Cameron will foul that pitch off. As that pitch just in, that'll bring the count to 2-2. As that one is another pass ball from the catcher, and that'll advance Schrader to the third base. And that'll be a walk to Cameron Hanvey. First and third. Definitely seeing Cameron steal here. Maybe even see some interesting developments here with a first and third play. You never know what's going to happen. As there it is, there's the stolen base from Cameron, but there will be no throw from the catcher. Didn't really fool anyone. So that ball is a little blooper to the second baseman, and he will catch it. And that'll bring up Daniel Darren, the three-hitter, with guys on second and third. Zarin is an absolute hack from Daniel, and that is just not something we want to see right now. The past couple games, Daniel has just been trying to do too much. He's trying to go yard, doesn't have to. If he puts a ball in play and gets a single, it'll score 2 runs. That is something that kid needs to start working and developing on if he wants to go far. As there, he took a simpler swing, but there is a foul ball. That'll take it to 0-2. As a pitch into Daniel, it will be outside. I think that'll bring the count to 2-2. As Daniel just pulled that one just a bit foul. The count is still 2-2. There's another foul ball, and that'll get out of play. No chance for the right fielder to make that. There's another ball from Rowald, and that'll bring the count to full count. Let's see if Daniel can do something here with this next pitch. And again, he fouls it off. Daniel's really doing a good job of fighting these pitches off, trying to get the one he wants and do some damage here. As Daniel strokes the ball into the outfield, and that'll be caught by the center fielder. Now we'll be going into the top of the 5th. 5-1 Hawks. We have a very quick game here, folks.
Leading off the fifth for the Pirates is Elijah Miller. Top of the lineup here for the Lakers.
And the first
Called
pitch
strike.
from Bollinger is a called strike.
Ball in play for the second pitch. Eli Garcia gets under it, squeezes it for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jacob Roald. Pitch to Roald. Ball in play to the shortstop Hudson Blake. Fields it cleanly, gets it out for the second out of the inning.
As that pitch is popped up in the infield and Hudson Blank calls it. He'll make the catch and then I'll bring the Hawks back up to bat. In the bottom of the fifth, 5-1 Hawks. The first pitch into Garcia is called a strike, but it looked really low and the catcher drops it. This catcher's really struggled all game. I wonder how much he struggled all season. As the next pitch is in there for another strike. That'll bring it to 0-2. As that pitch will hit Eli, and that'll bring up Braden Sabo. Oh. As the bunt here is right back at the pitcher, but no one's covering. And Braden Sable will beat that out as there's some miscommunication with the Valmeyer defense. You hate to see it, folks, but it's working out for the Hawks. You know, with Ian Bollinger here, I think it's time for the Hawks to open the floodgates here and bust this game wide open. And Braden will steal second base with no throw from the catcher. And folks, if you're watching here, we'd love to hear where you're watching from. As that ball is going to be just foul. That would have scored two runs. And that pitch is going to be high to Bollinger, and that'll bring it to 1-2. And that pitch is, and the ump calls that one a strike. I think everyone else in the park thought that one to be a ball, but no one else's opinion mattered except for the umpire. And that'll bring up Nick Chambers. Oh, and that's a sword from Chambers. And that pitch is called a strike, but Chambers doesn't like that call, so he'll now have to protect the plate a little bit here. And that pitch is lined, but the shortstop catches it, and they're going to throw to third base, but Eli makes it back just in time, sliding in. And that will bring up Jude Green. Jude has had a huge day for the Hawks as he has hit a triple to the wall his first at bat, and then he lined a single into the right field. Hopefully here he can continue his success and drive 2 more runs in here for the Hawks. That'll make it 7-1. So let's see, folks. As that pitch is called a strike.
You know, let's see if you can drive in 3 runs here and get a home run and then just be a double away from the cycle.
You know, they might be scared of Jude here.
Papenburg Farms called to the bullpen.
And the next pitch in from Rollwald is going to be high, and that's a ball. Oh, Jude was trying to put one out there, AJ. As that is another ball, and Jude in a good hitter's count here, looking to drive something. Let's see if he can barrel it up. The pitch in from Wohlwald. Ooh, and Jude whiffs at that one. And the game will go into the top of the 6th inning now, and it's still 5-1 Hawks. And that pitch brings the count to 1-1 as Clay Jeltz is up to bat. And Bo tries spinning something in there, but it's just low, and that'll bring the count to 2-1. The next pitch is a ground ball to freshman Hudson Blankus. He'll field it and throw the runner out at first, and that'll bring us 1 out in the inning. The pitch for Rowald is rolled over back to Hudson Blank again as he feels it cleanly and throws. Oh, throws just wide, and Jude is not able to tag him out. And that is a ground ball, but somehow Hudson gets it as it gets past Eli, but he throws it away and Jude can't pick it. And the runner will advance to third, and we'll have runners on first and third now with 1 out. The Hawks defense struggling a little bit here in the top of the sixth as there's a attempt at a bunt, but it's a pass ball, and the guy from first will advance to second. As there is a really just very bad swing for the batter. That'll bring the count to 0-2. As a play at the plate, and they get him out at home. And that was a just very questionable call from the coaching staff there. The kid had 2 strikes, only 1 out, and they're still bunting. And he bunts it back to the pitcher, and everyone yelling at Bo to get the play at the plate. And luckily they get him out. So now there's 2 outs, guys on first and third. And Bo has had good success against this hitter, so you'd love to see him get out of this jam that he's found himself in. As he gets another ground ball to Hudson, and he'll flip it to second base, and they get out of this inning with no runs scored. And we'll now go into the bottom of the sixth. Hawks up 5-1. And the pitch prior to that one was a strike, but that one is a ball low in the dirt, and that'll bring the count to 1-1 on Chase Schrader. And that'll bring, after Chase, we'll get back to the top of the lineup. As the next pitch is a nice play by Rowald. He'll throw out Chase at first base. And that one just catches the bottom corner, and that'll bring it to 0-1. Ooh, and Cameron didn't like that one, but the ump calls it a strike. That'll bring it to 0-2. Next pitch to Hanvey is a ball low in the dirt. Rowald gets the sign, and he throws it in, and he jams Hanvey as he's got to hurry up, and he flips it to first, and it beats Cameron for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up freshman Hudson Blank. The first pitch to Hudson is called a strike. And Rowald gets the sign and delivers. And that ball's low. Brings to 1-1. The pitch is called a strike. Hudson doesn't like it, but he needs to shake that one off and focus on this next pitch, and that'll bring it to 1-2. As that ball's low, and that'll bring the count to a full count. Hudson has worked him Hudson has worked himself back into the count. So he'll foul that one off, and Scarer does not make the play. It's unfortunate. That is a pretty pitch, and that fools Hudson. And that'll be the third out, and the Hawks are going to go into the top of the seventh with a 5-1 lead, and hopefully Bo can close this out himself. As the first pitch in from Bollinger is a call to strike. As that ball is foul tip, but Hanvey handles it. Now it's 0-2. If Bo can finish this game himself, that'll be another one this season that he either goes like 6 1/3, 6 2/3, or he goes the entire game. As that ball is at the batter's eye and he swings at it anyways, but he fouls it off, and it's still 0-2. As Bo strikes him out for the first out of the inning. And the first pitch in is called a strike. That ball is foul, and that'll bring us the count to 0-2. That one, folks, is a sword. If we had video, a good video, that would have been on Pitching Ninja. Bollinger here. The first pitch is a ball low. And that ball is a hard ground ball into right field, and it gets past Sabo, but not enough for Rowalt to advance. And that first pitch is in a ball. Second pitch in there is another ball. Brings the count to 2-0. Bo really wants to finish the game here. He doesn't really want to face another batter. As that one is a hard ground ball, and Eli just boots it on the backhand. And Bo should be done with this game, but he's got to pitch to another batter. The first pitch in there is a strike. And there's another sword for Bollinger, and it'll bring the count to 0-2.
And ball and play to Bo. That'll end the game. It'll be a PFP. Bo will take it himself. And the Hawks beat the Pirates 5-1 in 7 innings. Quick ball game. The Hawks are back at it next game against someone.